Let's watch The View together. I know what you're thinking. I can't stand it. My eyeballs will burn. It fries my retina. No, it's funner to watch it together. Liz Cheney back on The View, and this is about never Trumpers. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TeNapel. I'm the happiest patriot I know. Join us, subscribe all the way to Trump winning. And
let me ask you a radical question.
Uh-oh.
Because I know you're a patriotic American and you will vote. If it came down to Biden v. Trump, would you vote for Biden?
This is a question that all right-wingers, conservatives, and Republicans and Christians have to face, who some of them just can't stomach Trump. I'm going to tell you why I believe you're wrong. I don't believe in making fun of you. I'm not here to call you scum or traitor or anything like that. I think that's way beyond the pale. Okay. I don't believe in peer pressure. I do believe in making a rational argument for Trump and convince you. I don't know if I'll do it here, but I'm going to try.
I'm not going to endorse anybody today. And I think that, again, we don't know exactly what the choice will be.
I do.
I would say that I will never vote for Donald Trump and that.
Okay, keep clapping, everybody. Those people are clapping for high unemployment for Blacks. They're clapping against conservative Supreme Court justices, 3 picks that Liz Cheney thinks is okay if Biden makes the picks next time or whoever the Democrats fly in. She's okay with the opening up of 3 wars, 4 of our embassies taken over, crashing the economy, destroying people's retirement, their future, education, mass corruption, the weaponization of the FBI and the DOJ. That's what she's saying to people who will not vote for Trump. If the vote is between Trump and Biden, you're throwing your vote away if you vote for third party or some write-in candidate that makes you feel good. By the way, if we're going for perfection, and if reality is not part of the equation, and it's not if you're going for third party, someone with 3%, you're not voting for reality, then it's immoral to vote for anyone but Ronald Reagan's ghost resurrecting from the dead. That's who you have to vote for. That's exactly as much of a throwaway vote and exactly dealing with as much reality as you're willing to deal with if you're a conservative and you do a write-in instead of Trump. You're not dealing with reality.
There are some conservatives who are trying to make this claim that somehow Biden is a bigger risk than Trump.
Again, I just gave you the big laundry list. It ought to be clear to anyone. Liz Cheney makes no sense in this Trump being some kind of, anti-constitutional radical. We've seen the Constitution targeted and destroyed by Democrats for the last 40 years. You're just not going to win by telling me that Trump is a bigger threat to the Constitution. This is like a weird boogeyman that they've created in their head. The hatred is insane. And I'll show you other conservatives that have the same kind of hate against Trump. Trump is just a guy. I didn't say he was moral. I didn't say he was God's anointed one. I didn't say anything special or magic about him. He is the fight that we have to take to the state that, frankly, Ron DeSantis, I think, is a great conservative, a good man. He is not up for the fight, and that's why I can't support him either. You don't understand the lay of the land and what's at stake and how bad things are if you think even a conservative like Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley will do the job. And that's why, by the way, even Marco Rubio in Florida dissed Ron DeSantis today by endorsing Trump today. Marco Rubio, he's a good guy. He's who I voted for last time in the primary in 2016. Before I ended up voting for Trump. So there's people that are sober, understanding kind of the weight of what's going on. And Liz Cheney does not understand it.
My view is I disagree with a lot of Joe Biden's policies.
Yeah.
We can survive bad policies.
He's not crazy.
We cannot survive torching the Constitution.
That's right.
It's not even the same level of risk.
Sit down. That's not going to work. Now we're going to go to Jenna Ellis, who's one of my favorite Christian thinkers. I think she's a great conservative. Totally turned on Trump, just completely nuts against him. Here's her Twitter. I'm going to read this just so to give you a kind of a purview of how this is, pretty widespread on the right, guys. Here's Jenna Ellis. I'm saying this now before the primary results and before Iowa tomorrow. I support DeSantis and I hope he wins the nomination. You live in fantasy land. He is our best chance to beat the Democrats in November, other than he's not going to be the candidate. I support Vivek, and he isn't a fraud. I believe he is a fraud, by the way. And I love the guy as a thinker. I'm just saying I don't trust him at all. He's got big pharma money behind him. He was funded by Soros. He's a chameleon also. I would vote for him in the general. I now cannot ever again, in good conscience, support Trump. I would not endorse or vote for him in the general. This to me disqualifies Jenna Ellis as a serious thinker and a serious tactician. This is about tactics. If you have a Trump and a Biden on the ballot, the decision ought to be clear. I'm not here to make fun of her. I'm not here to say that you're anti-American. I know, I'm sure I've got some anti-Trumpers in this audience. So I'm just not here. I'm not a rah-rah cheerleader for him. I'm making a clear case to show why America is at stake, why the Constitution is being threatened by Democrats, why Trump is the only realistic candidate to do anything about that. And, you know, Jenna Ellis is just getting destroyed by the pro-Trump movement. They have demolished her. It's like mental abuse. And I don't support that either. So to all the pro-Trumpers out there, I don't like doing damage to people on our side because they disagree. Here's Laura Loomer with an example, who's a big Trumper. This is against Jenna Ellis. A complaint has just been filed by the people of Colorado against disgraced sellout lawyer Jenna Ellis, who has flipped to be one of the Fani Willis's witnesses against President Trump in Fulton County, Georgia. By the way, Jenna Ellis, she's the one that just cried, stood up, didn't really give them anything. If you recall, Jenna Ellis scammed and stole $220,000 in donations from Trump supporters. These are people that helped with her legal fees. And then Jenna Ellis is now facing disbarment, among other things. So she's being, Colorado's trying to disbar her over supposedly just being Trump's lawyer makes her a fraud of some kind. So that's the kind of abuse that she's getting it. So now she's getting it still from the left, and now she gets it from the right. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm only saying that if she votes third party when Trump and Biden are on the ticket, she's throwing her vote away and is not being careful enough about taking care of the Constitution, the economy, Black unemployment, and the wars erupting around the world. And she doesn't care enough about reforming and straightening out the corrupt DOJ and the FBI. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm Doug in Exile.